Good evening. We come to you with breaking news from the White House. President Andrew Jackson has just vetoed the bank renewal by Daniel Webster and Henry Clay. President Jackson claims this recharter is unconstitutional, whilst the other branches seem to disagree. Citizens are outraged, claiming Jackson's veto was an act of treason and he denied checks and balances. Let's go to our interviewer Dan for some resident interaction.
Excuse me, sir. What are your opinions on Jackson's renewal of the bank?
Yeah, with the Constitution, he has a reputation uphold to keep everything balanced. And after this, I really don't have any faith in him as a president. And maybe impeachment, maybe inevitable. But
Right.
we'll see. I personally am not a fan of him, though.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on his relationship with the other two branches?
It's just really unfair what he's done. The judicial and the legislative. They both should have an equal say in what they do. Right. After this, I convinced that he's plotting to just take over the whole, become a dictator.
Right.
Sir. What are your thoughts on the decisions that Andrew Jackson has been making?
I think his decisions were completely just. Vetoing the bank recharter was constitutional. I thought Henry Clay, it was unacceptable that he pushed the recharter forward 4 years, just trying to win the next election. And I think that it's good that Andrew Jackson is trying to take charge and win the next election.
How do you feel about him taking charge over the other two branches? Is that good or bad for our country?
I think in Jackson's case, it's good. I think that the executive branch does have some more power over the others, and I'm gonna root for Jackson in the next election.
It's good to hear. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sir.
Yeah.
What are your opinions on Jackson's veto of the bank
I think
renewal?
it's insane what he's done. He needs to be impeached ASAP. It is insane. Taking over these powers? For what? Our country was fine before.
That gentleman was very passionate about this event. We're lucky to have Dan and Mike in the White House to interview Jackson about this recharter.
Much for being with us here, President Jackson.
It's my pleasure.
What were your exact reasons for vetoing the bank renewal?
Well, Dan, it is to be regretted that the rich and powerful too often bend the axe of governments to their own selfish purposes. Distinctions in society will always exist under every just government. Equality of talents, of education, or of wealth cannot be produced by human institutions.
Why do you suppose Clay pushed the renewal 4 years early?
Well, I just don't want traction getting towards him for the next election. It puts my popularity, my presidency at risk for the next election, and I want to stay in power for as long as I can. By that happening, it's just not optimal for me.
Well, thanks so much for having us, and I'm looking forward to see you in any further interviews.
Thank you for joining us tonight, and we hope to see you at the next election.